Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another problem of the week. So here we have a parabola has a line of symmetry of x equals -5. The minimum value of the quadratic function that it represents is -7. Find the possible equation of this parabola and explain how you found it. All right, so a parabola has a line of symmetry. So let's stop right there, right? So let's key in on a parabola, has a line of symmetry. So let's go ahead and draw what a parabola would look like. So I'm going to go ahead and make my x and y axis. Don't laugh. Oh, that's pretty straight. X and y axis, okay? So we'll call this x, and we'll call this y. And a parabola, if you remember, is a U-shaped graph. Now, how are we going to draw this U-shaped graph? Are we going to draw it like this, or are we going to draw it like upside down? Well, it said it has a minimum value. So because it has a minimum value, we know it has to be like this, okay? Because that's a minimum value. And then it says it has a line of symmetry of x equals -5. So I'm going to count to my left 5. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's -5 over there. It says it has an axis of symmetry at -5. So if you remember, that's going to be a dotted line. I can't do a dotted line on this application, so that's my axis of symmetry. So I'm pretty much taking the information they gave me and I'm breaking it down so I could draw it and make sense of it. That's okay to draw a picture. It's not elementary to draw a picture. So x equals -5, that's my axis of symmetry, my line of symmetry. What we know about lines of symmetry is that it has to be kind of equal on that line, right? It's like looking in the mirror, it's folding on top of each other. So the other thing it tells me is that the minimum value of the quadratic function that it represents is -7. So the minimum value, that means I'm going to have to go down on my axis, my y-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go down to -7. I didn't give myself enough space. So that's me trying to give myself enough space. So that's where my minimum value is going to be. So now I'm going to be on the axis of symmetry. My minimum point is going to be right here, based on the information they gave me. And then I'm going to draw a U-shaped graph. Voila, that is my parabola, just based on the information they gave me. Now it says find a possible equation of this parabola and explain how you found it. Well, in order to find an equation, we need to use the form of a quadratic function, and we like the vertex form. The reason why we want to use a vertex form is because we can figure out the vertex. We know the axis of symmetry is -5, so this h right here, we're going to substitute -5 for h. So that's where that -5 comes in. And then it says it has a minimum value of -7. Well, we're going to substitute -7 for k. So when I plug it in, it's going to be y equals a, open parentheses, x minus, and then I'm going to substitute the -5 for h, -5, close that parentheses, that's going to be squared, that's what that caret key means over there, squared, plus, and then I'm going to substitute -7 for k. And then I kind of just simplify that a little bit more so it looks kind of pretty. So I'm going to say y equals a, open parentheses, x, and then a negative times a negative is a plus, x plus 5, all of that squared, and then a positive times a negative is a negative minus 7. Okay, so that's our equation. Now you're saying, okay, well, what about a? Well, we don't necessarily know what a is because they didn't give us all that information. So you could put whatever number you want for a. You could put 2, you could put 1, you could put 3, right? You could put You can't put 0 though, because if you put 0, then 0 times all of that will cancel out and it will be a straight line. So you can't put 0 for A. A has to be a number, and it has to be a positive number because it has a minimum value. So as long as A is greater than 0, meaning it's positive and it's not equal to 0, that works. And at the cue of my son coming in the room, that means our problem of the week is done. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day. So again, you can substitute any value you want for A as long as it is greater than 0 and positive. Thank you all for joining us today. And if you have a problem of the week, please let us know, and we'll be happy to work it out for you. Have a great day. Mommy.